What's up, people? My name's Dustin, and this is why you should put me on the next road rules. So I'm going to try to make this as short as possible. I'm going to do a bunch of cuts, and basically I want to show you guys where my skill level is, right? Because I sent you a resume, but I know resumes are hard to read, and you can't really tell where that person is at. So we're at my parents' house. They want to take out this little bitty tree around the driveway because people won't stop hitting it. Basically, people always swing out and hit it too much. So I know it's an easy fall, but I'm gonna climb up it, and I'm gonna limit as I go, and then just top it out, basically just to show you where my skill level is. And I'll try to explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it, just to show you, basically where my skill level is, and what safety techniques I know, and all that good stuff. And then this one, they want to take out these couple small little limbs on the bottom here. So I'm gonna climb up this, no spurs on this. I'm gonna SRT up this and then take out these couple little limbs. And then that one, I'm going to spur up, limb as I go up, and then chunk down. Here we go. All right, first cut. Got my triangle positioning. Got, my climbing rope tied up here. I've got my flip line over here. It's holding me in the right position to safely work here. I guess this one I'll just notch, just to show you that I can notch, I guess. By the way, I know all underground utilities, they've got old lines going there, and everything else is going from the road over there. So there's absolutely nothing here. So if I kind of stake one, it's no big deal. My notch is ugly, don't judge that. I'm working on it. I still had a bunch of holding wood here. So this one I'm going to chunk out firewood size, but if I was going to chunk out big logs, I would just keep a long tail on my climbing line, right? So it's tied into my notch quickie, rappel down, and I grab this, loosen up my little hitch here, my little choker, whatever, and then I pull it down, choke it up again, go again, do the same thing up again. All right, so here's a little stump. I wanted to show you, my notches. I want to show you that I understand the different notches. Definitely not the best at it yet. I need a lot more practice. But this is your standard notch, in, angled down. The Humboldt, in, angled up. And then open face, of course, would be the Humboldt and the standard combined. Yeah, my back cut would be just a little bit higher, somewhere in here, right? Leaving 10% hinge wood. Ideally, like my hinge is a little too big here. Ideally, you want your hinge, ideally you want your notch to be roughly 30% of the whole stump, or the log, whatever. And then you want to keep your maximum. You want to keep your hinge wood minimum 10%, so basically somewhere in there, pretty much. And I would just cut back just a little bit higher than where the 2 points meet, somewhere in here. And plunge cut, you would plunge in, somewhere in here, go straight through, check your other side as much as you can, and you would come into your 10%, and then would come out and cut the rest out. And the only time you use a plunge, if you're thinking like you might get a bunch of barber chair or something like that. So this is your actual holding wood back here, so it holds the log in place. So you cut that last bit, that way you don't cut in and it just starts, you know, barber chairing right as you get right here. It just snaps all the pieces and everything else. All right, so here's the one I'm gonna dead limb. Take out this branch, the two of those small ones. Mainly he doesn't like them because they basically get, when it's full of leaves, they get to the ground and hits it with a mower and everything else. So I'll take that one out, and those two are out. No spurs, you know, obviously. I use the I like to use a toe strap so it doesn't dig into the tree. I tie, oh yeah, here's my pup. It's my ARB dog, comes everywhere with me. I tie a bowline with a figure 8 backup. Then my climbing side, my rope's long enough, but I always put a, you know, a figure 8 knot at the very end, just in case the situation ever comes where I run out of rope. It'll stop me before I run out. And yeah. Oh, I don't have a knee ascender yet. I'm gonna buy a knee ascender real soon, but right now I just frog sit using this, my rope runner. Yeah, here we go. So that's basically all I can really show you here. This is my one of my limbs, second my limb, third limb. Just trying to show you that I've done a whole bunch of research, and my experience is minimal compared to probably a lot of guys you have, but I'm very thorough in everything I do. Just like, I don't really know what else to show you. Basically, I've showed you my cuts. You know, I'm gonna snap cut this. So just, I'll come out here and just cut, and then cut, snap to the ground. Then I'll come back here and I'll cut it, you know, right outside the collar. That way this growth will eventually grow back over the collar and protect the tree. Yeah, so I'm tied in multiple spots, and it keeps me nice and secure in this tree. So I'm like, good work position is number one, right? That's what I'm looking, good work position is what I'm looking for. So I'm nice and stable on my feet right here, nice and stable in my climbing line. My flip line is holding me in the right position to cut this. That's basically what I'm trying to show you. Come back here. Like right here. I cut it right there, so eventually this growth will just start growing back over this and completely close it off. Yeah, that's that. The same thing here. I've got my line going around the back side of the tree, so it wants to pull me this way. So secure it in with this, my throw line. Nice and safe, secure work spot. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna clean up. The brush over there for him, the firewood over there for him. That'll be it. Shit, got a bad hair day. Yeah, I basically just wanted to show you where I'm at skill-wise. You know, I know it's hard to tell a person on a resume. Excuse me. So I just wanted to show you that it's like, everything I do, I am very thorough. You know, I don't know how to put it. I like being the best I possibly can at everything I do, right? Whatever it is. And tree work is definitely one of those things. You know, it's a fun job. I love it. I love it very much. It's also very dangerous. You know, so I've done basically as much research as I possibly can do on my own. Right? I read a bunch of books, watched all the videos, you know, consumed all the YouTube, all the like August Haneke and Goethe Treason, climbing arborist. He's very informative. Stuff like that. Yeah, so I wanted to show you where I was, what I do safety wise, the things that I know, the things that I'm working on. And I also understand there are a million things for me left to learn. You know, every day is a new day to learn something new. And I don't think I know everything at all. I don't think I know half of it. I think I know enough to get the job done in a safe manner, basically. And I am going to be a little slower at first because I'm not used to working on a crew. Basically, I've always either worked by myself or just, you know, one other guy, two other guys, something like that. Oh, and also, like, if this was higher up in a tree and I had to rig these out, it'd be the same basic process. You know, I would put, I'm trying to get over there. You know, if I'm climbing on one side, I'd put a portal wrap on the other side with a rigging rope. You know, if I'm by myself, I'd put a mini portal wrap in the tree with me, and then I'd secure the limb, you know, tie it here, tie it there, and then make it so it swings. If there's a house over here or something like that, make so it swings into the trunk, and then I tie it off in the portal wrap when I make the cut, and then I can untie it and slowly let it down myself. You know, if I'm with somebody else, tie the portal wrap at the bottom. You know, I've got a bunch of different slings. I'm not sure what kind of slings you guys use, but you know, all the basics. And I know all the basic knots, like the bowline, the alpine butterfly, you know, running bowline on a bite. What else is there? Cow hitch. Yeah, I'm not really sure what else to add to this. Basically, I'm just trying to show you that I know the basics, and I'm very safe in every step that I make. And I also understand I still have a lot more to learn. So that's it. I hope this was informative enough to help you make a decision whether or not you want to hire me. And yeah, I'm gonna go clean up, go get some food.